That.
Hi, I'm Chris Beatty. I'm the creative director for the Magic Kingdom expansion. Revisioning probably over half of what Fantasyland is today. So everything that's east of the current Dumbo attraction is new development. So that it's really doubling the current size of the current Fantasyland.
So you can see where the new wall is going up in the new Fantasyland. So you have Can you tell me, what was the genesis of bringing in the Beauty and the Beast attraction to Fantasyland here?
Well, when we sat down, we started really concepting what we wanted the expansion to become. We really benefited from having a site that really didn't have anything on it. It was the old 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction site, and so that was great. At the same time, we wanted to make sure it was a place that had a lot of guest comfort. Living in California, I'm at Disneyland all the time, and what I love about that park is just the amount of trees and shade and the water, and there's a comfort that Disneyland I think has in its DNA. So we really thought, as we develop this new Fantasyland, we want to pull some of that and put it and bring it out here. And so what we've tried to do is have Beauty and the Beast is a great example of a story that fit that journey through the woods, and the Beast Castle being high in the mountains, and Belleville Cottage being nestled in the little French countryside. And when we started talking about, wow, that'd be great, we've really never done anything big and elaborate with Beauty and the Beast. Wouldn't it be fantastic to go to that restaurant and be able to dine, or go to Maurice's cottage and through his workshop, and maybe have a magical kind of moment where we can encounter Belle and get meet and greet her in a new way. So that was really the genesis of the forest. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train it takes it even to the next step, because the idea that I can travel through those woods and through those little thickets and glens and find myself in the forest with the mountain where the dwarves were mining, and there's their little cottage nestled in the woods. So that really was, once we landed on that theme of this forest, it really just it rolled from there, and we thought, wow, who lives in 100-acre woods? And the Little Mermaid, well, I could travel through the woods and end up on the shoreline just as I leave the woods and encounter Prince Eric's castle. So that ended up being sort of the thread that held it all together, and it was very, very exciting for us.
How long have you been working on the project?
That's a great question. I was on the original Blue Sky team 5 years ago when we did some early development on this, and then I had left the team, and then about 2 years ago I had the honor to come back and join it again and get to take over as the art director. So I would say just about 2.5 years now.
All right. And so I understand there's also another area in the new Fantasyland, the Storybook Circus area. So what is the transition from the forest to the storybook going to be like? And can you describe the area a little bit?
The circus, the great thing about the circus is they usually came to town, they always set up on the outskirts of town, right? It was usually an old park or an old field, a municipal place that they could have enough space to really set the whole big top up and all the animals. So when the circus came up as an idea, and we really fell in love with that because of Dumbo and moving Dumbo to that corner of the park, we said, it'd be great to create a sort of a municipal park. And so that would transition nicely from the forest area. So it's still going to have trees. It's still going to be a very shaded, comfortable place, lots of water. But it will be sort of based around a 1920s, 1930s park setting.
And so the new train station looks amazing, by the way, and it's only half done.
Thank you.
So the backstory is kind of a 1920s, 30s municipal park. Okay, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
As a new guest coming into that area, what's one little kind of magical thing I'm going to notice right away?
I think it's the density of the site, and I think it's the relationship of the attractions to each other. I think as you come through, it's just going to be these great peekaboos and these great moments that as I turn a corner, it opens up and it shows me the Prince Eric's castle in the distance, drawing me to it. Or I take the path up from around Winnie the Pooh and up and around the mine train from the circus side, and I'll see the Beast Castle far off in the mountains and the hills. I think it's the layering. We really tried to create like a multi-plane camera effect, where as a guest comes through the park, no matter what angle they look at, you're seeing something in the foreground, midground, and background, and it evolves and unfolds as it pulls you through the storytelling.